All right. So, um, as as most of you would know, that this is our breakthrough release that we've been working on it for over a year and a half. I think that probably, we started out in 2020, so we've been working on it. And key things that we want to address, the reasons that we're working is we're using some of the latest technologies in regards to the type of software that we are creating. We're building the next generation platform, which will be, we will be sustained for a near future. Of course, technology keeps changing. A lot of security, issues always keeps coming up with the different, things that we're hacking and things like that. So what we have done is we have really worked hard in trying to build on the latest and the greatest platform, which will basically give us increased usability and speed and also security. And in terms of usability, we want to make it as simple and easy as possible. One of the foundational principles of the product is easy. And if you look at all our products, it all starts with the concept of easy. And of course, we started our company in 1999, and that was our foundational, idea that we will keep products easy to use. Because what if you build a great product and it was too hard and nobody was able to use it? Even our very first pilot clients that used our software, that was one of the foundational things that we were working on to keep it simple and easy. So with this new technology, we are working on making it simple and easy. And this is a series of new webinars we'll be doing on migration and the new screens. So this will be, we're hoping to do like every 2 or 3 weeks. So I'm hoping the next one will be June 15th, will be the next migration webinar. All right, so that's the reason behind our working on this approach. And I'm going to dive into the actual screens and start showing you guys. I'm hoping that everybody already has seen a little bit of the product already. We got a lot of feedback. We've gotten tons of feedback, and we've used that feedback to basically, tweak, to add features, to change things. Almost every single feedback that people are giving us, we're taking that and we are putting that into our what we call a sprint, or our work log, and getting our developers to be working on it. So let me just jump into the actual reservation software. So if you look on it, so this is the new calendar that you're looking at. And I'll just quickly look at the new calendar, which has, you have the same options. Almost all the options that you have in the classic version is going to be available in the new version. But of course, we have added new features as well within this. And so if you look at this calendar, this is the room name calendar. It's what we call as a standard calendar. So if you look here, it's giving the standard calendar, which is normally in the classic version, we called it the 2-week calendar. But we also have a monthly calendar as well. So you can still keep, looking at things on a monthly basis if you want to. So, and then some of the properties, they use room type option. So you also have the room type option, which is right here. If you look at the room type here, so this is the room type option. But let me just show you a little bit of the different calendars, and before we jump to the room type. So we have the monthly calendar, so you can look at a whole month at a time. Okay. I think I have, can you? Okay, so let me just, and it's pretty easy to navigate this, the calendar. You can just drag it, like, you can just drag the calendar like this, which was not available before. So you can just, easy to, so we can just move things back and forth very easily by just, like, even if you just do it this way, you can just go to the calendar screens, All right. All right, let me just do this, move to the 5th. Okay. All right. Now you can see the calendar is kind of changing screens, and you can also use the original way or the classic way. You can also go and select a month, and it'll go into that one. The today option is there, But this is very handy. I think just drag it and boom, you're gonna go to the next, whatever time frame that you're dragging into. Okay, so that's the monthly calendar. Then we also added something called the detailed calendar. So the detailed view basically gives for smaller properties that might have just a few rooms, that you want to look at a very clean view of the rooms. You can pretty much do the detailed view, and it's all the same information. Is just being more easy to navigate, and you see a little bit more information on the screen itself. So that's the detail view. On the hourly reservation, I'll jump into that separately. This is the hourly calendar. I don't know, I know how many people really use the hourly, but we do have people that use the hourly for things like ballrooms or like conference rooms, spa rentals, things like that. So you can break it down. You can do appointments by the hour. So that's the hourly calendar. So that's it. Pretty much reflects the same things like you would do on the daily chart. Okay, so or the sorry on the calendar space, the hourly calendar. All right, so let me just go back. Let me check back to the calendar here. So these are all the different sections of it. All right, and you could also turn it. You can also use the room type view. So if I click on room type, that's going to break it down by the room type screen. So some properties use room types exclusively, and it's pretty much the same information. And you can also define what your room type, what kind of view do you want. Some people like to see the room type, some people like to see the room name. So it's all under the setup option, which is the same as the classic version as well. So it's the same options are available. So you can use room type or room name based on your requirements. Okay. And then let's go back to, and the same thing, you put your cursor on top of it, it's going to show you all the details of the screen. We have options where you can show even, we've added a few options where you can show custom fields like 1 through 5. Is also going to be available for you to display on your pop-up window, like when you put your cursor on top of it. Okay, so that's pretty much the information that you would see on the reservation. All right, now let me just go back to room name, and then I'm going to just pull up a reservation. So one of the things that we added up here is also you can easily create a reservation by dragging and dropping. So I can just, like, let's just say I want to create a reservation for this bungalow 1-2 for Monday and Tuesday. So if I do that, I can just do something like that, and then pretty much allows you to make a reservation right there. Okay, now I click on it, it pulls up the reservation screen. And if you notice the reservation screen, in the classic view, we had two reservation screens. One was called the quick reservation, and another one was called the full reservation. So, and we were always going back and forth. Some people used the quick reservation, some people use the full. And with this version, what we've done is we've merged both reservation screens into a single reservation. So we don't have this quick and full. It's just one reservation screen, and you can do both. Like people that had advanced functionality that you needed, that used the full reservation, you can do that here, or you can also just drag and drop. Like just what I did just now was I drag and click new, and pulls up all the data right into this section right here. It's got the room rates, everything is pre-filled. Of course, you can go and edit it. You can edit it by just clicking on the edit option right here, or you can edit it from this edit button right there as well. And then the other thing that we added, of course, if you want to add more rooms, you click on add room as well. The next thing that I think is also that is good that we've added is you can type in, and it should automatically pull up information of the guest that's been in the system before. So I just pull it up, and it shows me different guests that has John Smiths. Okay, so there's a John Jones. So if I just click on this one, it's going to now populate and show this is the one you're looking at. I say yes, it's going to populate that screen with that information. It pulls up even their account, in the payment information. But you can type in different payment information. So if I want to do cash, I can just type in cash, or I can scroll, or I can just type in. As soon as I type in, it's going to filter out, and I can pull that up. So these are more easy to use features that's available in more of the newer technologies that we are using right now. So those things have will definitely help usability, speed, and making it easy to learn. Okay. All right. So here is the note section. Okay. Alrighty. So I'm just going to go ahead and save. All right. And some of you that are already using like auto email, auto text options, those are also built in. But I mean, I'm not showing the auto piece of it right now. I would say not a lot of people use the auto emails. I mean, there is quite a few, but auto text is something new. We started doing the SMS texting like recently, right? So you can we don't have that, but we don't have it in the system, but you have the option to do that. So if I want to send a letter, if it's regular letter, I click on it, select confirmation letter or any letter for that matter. Click on send email, and it's basically pulling up my email right there. Okay, these things are pretty much the same. Nothing really has changed in all of that. We did add a new email editor, so that's been added, but still, we're just doing some final round of testing on the email editor as well. All right, so this is pretty much the same letter option that you would normally have. Okay, and so now the reservation's done. The previously we had the billing button at the bottom, but this is right at the top. You click on billing, it's going to pull up the billing information. All right. Um, so you can see, you can individually edit the items. The other thing that we've added here is if someone does not want to do it, like for instance, if some properties they'll, after certain length of stay, they won't have a stay tax. So if that's the case, you just select unselect it, and boom, you kind of that gets saved in this reservation um, for the tax not being there. Okay, and then you can also add your credit card payments, things like that right here. So if I want to do Visa, now let's just say this guy wants to pay by Visa. They're checking in, they're going to do Visa. So you just type in Visa, or you can do the drop down. If I do Visa card payment, pretty much same information. You can, put the card information in there and process it or authorize that, so it's the same information. The one thing is you can add other cards right on the screen itself. You click on add, you will be able to add a second card. All right. So this is from the payment side of things. Processing credit card authorized.net. Also, one more very exciting news is that we've been piloting credit card payment processor. We've been working with them in a few months. We have a few, just actually a couple properties right now. We're just testing them out. They have a very good, in terms of rates for lodging properties. It's basically lodging certified. So they are. I'll just give you a high level view. It's like something they're looking at like 2.75%. That's what they're able to offer our lodging clients. So that's a good option. So once we've gone through a test phase, we will be able to release that. Secondly, also we are in a test phase with another company called Shift4, which has a lot of devices. They also their rates are not as competitive, but a lot of the like devices like UTG devices or um, uh, what do you call it, keyless entry devices they have. So we're working with them on the testing phase of that as well. All right. So that's on the payment section. Here in this section is all the charges. So like, if you want to add other charges, I'm just going to say t-shirt. So it's going to pull up t-shirt. But if anything like that, you can see all the your inventory items in there, so the lodging charges, things like that. So these all used to be a little bit more cumbersome in the classic view. These things are going to be much more easy to use. You can type in, or you can click on it. so we can just quickly do that. So thanks, Christine. Thanks for your comment. Yeah, so if anybody wants to look at anything specifically, please go ahead and click on your chat and you can just send me anything that you want to review and then we'll go through that. All right, so I'm just going to put in, so let's just say t-shirt. I'm going to add this, just let's just say a couple of them, and then save that. All right, in here, I'm going to show you a couple of things here, um, which was also there before, but it was not so widely used. Um, if you look at the print option here, if I'm going to click on print option, so we have an option where you can pull up different types of invoices. So this is your general reservation invoice, but we also have other invoices like, you want to produce an invoice that might just have other incidental invoices, if you don't want to show them the room charge, things like that. So so we've added like a breakdown of these different invoices, but the default will probably be this one. You just click on that, pulls up your reservation invoice. It's got all your um, terms and conditions. You can also add your image in there. um, I guess we didn't have the image in there, but you can see your breakdown. And I think one of the things that's really very handy is also the signature option with more and more chargebacks, things like that. We have an option where you can get a signature pad, or you can just send them an email, which they'll be able to sign online. So it's like we have what's called an e-sig interface. It's like a DocuSign. It's pretty much the concept of DocuSign, where you would send them an email, they can agree and sign, and boom, it just comes into the software and under the history tab. So it was there before, but not widely used. So we added it here so people can easily get to see that and make use of it. So let me just pull up another invoice. Let's see. Let me just say pull up a guest invoice. So all right. So you can see the different options. The different views basically with the guest invoice. I guess this doesn't have any of the data in there. Let me just see. So anyway, I mean, you can just play with it. There's like different use cases for them that you can use the guest invoice, or you can use just a regular reservation invoice. Okay. All right. And let's move to the next one, which is the history tab. History tab is pretty much, will be the same information, except if you send an email, it's going to be there. You can click on it and view the contents of the email. Uh, and then more information. Um, you have other, all these are additional information, custom fields, right? But you also have an document attachment. So in case you have something like a contract or something that you want to attach, you definitely want to add, you can browse and add that document into this invoice on this reservation. So you can keep this as um, for history, information. All right. And then here is the guest information. We didn't have the guest tab in here, so we added the guest tab. Is the same guest information, but it's right within the reservation. So you can see all the personal data, billing information, things like that. And then, of course, this is the custom fields that you can do that. I know not many people use this, but this is a very handy note section. If you put them do not rent here, um, so that information will actually get stored in that guest record, so that the next time pull up that record, it's going to show you that detail of the guest. Okay. And also, if you let's go back to the section here. um, I'm just gonna go ahead and just let's just say send an email so that we can see the content of it. Sorry, let me send an email here. So basically, that's going to be reflected on your history tab. So if I go to history, then you'll be able to see the confirmation email there. So this gets useful, especially if you are doing an e-signature option, so that you can have the signature of the guest. Okay, so pretty much this covers. And then of course this one, when you if you confirm reservation, you can change the guest the status of the reservation right on the top. This is going to be on every single screen. This option is going to be on every single screen. You can see that. All right, I'm gonna. So this pretty much covers the reservation piece of it, and I'll show you like within the reservation piece. There's also I'm gonna. So this is what we added just now, right? This is the information, John Jones. Um, all right, and let me just go to the reservation tab. So this is the reservation, the search reservation options. And if you look at it here, you can filter it by today's check-in, check-out, all those options. This used to be like I think radio buttons in the earlier screen. But I'm just going to click on find. It's going to drop all the reservations. Okay. Um, and so you can see, like, earlier on, I think you still would see all the, like, here's an Airbnb reservation. This came from the booking engine. Like that, you should be able to see the different reservations that came in from different OTAs, or if it came in from a different source, so you can see that referral source as well. And you can also filter through here for if it's group reservations or if it's a package booking, then you can filter that. So if I do group, then I'll be able to pull up all the group reservations and create group reservations from here. All right, so it's pretty same thing. Here you can have multiple people check in at the same time. You can do the multiple check-in option right there. Then the other thing is this is also handy where you are able to check in by today's check-ins. Let's just look at today's check-ins. So these are the three guys that check in today. Um, then of course today's checkouts, and this information is also reflected on your dashboard. But if people are using this a lot, I think it's easy to use the reservation filter other than using the dashboard. But let's just go to the dashboard just to give you a quick view. In the dashboard, it just gives you arrivals, today's arrivals, the same information we saw just now on the reservation screen. And then here's the departures. um, can you check out everyone at the same time? You know what? I don't think so, Marcy. Um, but I'll make a note of that one. I know we have our team guys also on the call, so we'll definitely make a note of that. We can check in instantly. I think mainly, people need to get, make sure that the payments are done, right? So that's one of the things. But here we go. We can see the departures, any stayovers for the day, people that are staying at the property overnight, and so in-house guests. So you can see um, the options right there. You can see, and then you can see that here also. You can go to tomorrow and see who's going to be checking in for tomorrow's. And then tomorrow departures, things like that. So you can see the options setting there. We hope to be enhancing the dashboard more, but we wanted to at least cover all the functionality we have in the classic view, bring it over, make it simple and easy to use, and then keep building on this the new version. Okay. Um, Alrighty. So let's just jump into the. Let me go back to the reservation screen here, and if you look here, let me just pull up, the group options also here. If I do a group reservation, that's going to pull up all the groups there. And so I can add a new group, or I can just pull up this group, and I'm just going to show you what's there in the system already. Um, wait, that gave me an error. Let me do this. I'm going to click on close, maybe add a group there, group. So here's your group information. You can have the multiple. I'm not going to go into the details of it, just going to give you a high level view of it. You have your arrival departure date, the rooms that can be selected. You need to first select the room type, So, and then you can select the rooms. Um, and of course, whatever rate that goes with it. All right. And then these are basically you're adding blocks into it, and you can just, in the olden version, you had three different screens, where you first screen you did the reservation dates, the second screen you did the blocks, the third one you did the actual reservation. So we kind of consolidated it, made it a little bit more easy to do everything on a single screen. But the functionality is going to be pretty much the same. The only difference is going to be it's all in grouped into one. It's much more easier and quicker to do group reservations. Otherwise, pretty much the billing is all going to be the same. In interest of time, I'm going to keep moving into, so just going to give you a high level view on this one. Mainly, I wanted to really focus on the foundational things like the reservations, the calendars. Okay. All right. That's what most people are doing on a day-to-day basis, 80% of the time. So reservations, calendars is what we wanted to focus on today. Any reservation, you can do the searches like we would always do. You can pull up the search, give me all the check-ins that's coming in for this week. All right, let me just say, and then just do that. So you can see all those people that are checking in this you know, that are coming in this week. You can also filter by name, or the reservation numbers. All this, options are pretty much the same as we would do in the classic version. All right. Let me just go into yeah. So the guest information also pretty much the same. Nothing really changed here, except it's a little bit more easier to use. You can do the find reservations here, and then it shows you. Let me see. We have first date, last date options, how many reservations they've made, this guest. Um, for instance, if you put my name, you'll get a lot of, let's just say, you can see there's several Gideons, and then you can see like this one has got like 21 reservations on it. So you can see the different options, that you can filter through those things. And you can also make a reservation right from this screen as well. Okay, let's just quickly just look at one more thing that's connected to the reservation, is the OTA and reservation. So if you look at the online travel agency like Expedia, Booking.com, Airbnb options, so those are right in this box here, or this icon here. So when there's a new reservation that's like coming through your OTA like Expedia, Booking.com, it's going to show up in this box, and also it's going to give you a number. Let's just say you got three messages. It's going to show you those three messages right in those statuses. Okay, so as soon as once you see them, then it's going to this message is going to disappear. But generally, all your reservation status information is going to be right in the screen. Okay, so you can see anything. If it's something there was something did not drop in, then you will see a red. This green would be in the color of red. So there was something wrong, or something needs to be taken care of. So it's the same concept, but just a little bit easier to navigate with this one. Okay. So let me just go to the next option here, reservations. Okay, done that. Okay, so let me just jump to the point of sale option. So anyway, we looked at dashboard, we looked at the guest reservations, calendars. Let's just jump to this point of sale. This was a pretty good enhancement that we've done. So if you have a gift shop, like a small restaurant, you can use this option. We had it previously, but this is a little bit more enhanced. You can easily filter, based on what you want to buy, what they're selling, so you can, just pick and choose what you're getting. And then we have an option here where you can actually pay using, you can actually add this invoice directly to a guest that's staying in the property, or you can, pay at the workstation as well. So you can just select, guest name that's there, and you can select them and you can add it into that one. All right, so that's a new option with the point of sale. All right, let me just so with the point of sale, we also started working with point of sale device. So we can ship the whole device if you want a cash drawer, a point of sale, like a touchscreen point of sale, um, and that the whole thing, a printer and everything. We can also ship that. We recently tested out one of the vendors. It's not very expensive. Of course, we try to be cost conscious, and basically get a system that's pretty good. So that's what we have done. So this is the point of sale option. Mm, anyone cancel? Say yes. All right, and let me just run into a few more things. Show you a couple more things here. With the Other than that, let's just go to reporting section. Reports is not 100% done. That's one of the things that we're working on. So hopefully by the next webinar we do, June 15th, we'll have it pretty much wrapped up. But reports, we're adding all the reports, so the options are here, pretty much activity log, what, who's signing in, what happened for the day. People kind of on a regular basis, we get people. Um, that's a good question. I got a question. I think it's from Anita. Is that right? Do we have to switch at some time? We are really hoping that we will start switching people in July. What we would like to see happen is to see if we can have a small set of users actually start using the new interface migration all the time, so that we can really get a better, and so this group of people, we would be, we will immediately, and like if you get stuck, we'll be there to make sure we immediately fix things and move everybody forward, because we have been, our initial date of release was in March, so that's moved to July now. So so that's, saying that, one of the things, it's really would really help us from our standpoint, that if we can get as many customers using the new screen, so we get new, because we're not really fixing anything on the older screens. I don't know if that makes sense. Would really, you know what, you just, Marcy, you can just let us know if you're interested, and then at one point we might say, okay, that's all we need. But if you guys are wanting to use a new screen, please let us know, so that we can, we know that you guys are using that, and what happens is that, where our goal is that we will, these these set of customers will not move to the old one, like don't switch back, that, we have the option to switch back, so that just you can take a look at it and give us feedback. But I think we're at a point where we want customers to really start using the new system, so we can quickly move from a beta phase to a live phase, so we're really we're really hoping like our the customers will give us as much feedback and give us the go ahead for us to move forward, because really normally it's always not easy to move to a new system in general, but definitely the benefits of the new system, the usability, speed, security wise, the new technology, everything is really is very key, and we've spent a year and a half worth of development time on this. Okay, I think I made my case. So please make it a point, if you could, I'm going to send an email after this. We'll have all the people that were on the Zoom or on the to let to see if you would be interested in start using the new system, and as many people as we can, we would like to move them forward. Then what happens is we get more feedback, we can get things ironed out, so we can get everybody on board. Our goal is something to go forward in July. Okay, alrighty, so let me just jump in. So these are all the different your reporting, pretty much, you can see a lot of the same reports that's there. It's just more easy to navigate things like that on the new reports. All right, then one of the things, I'll just do a quick peek on this one. It's the housekeeping section. You guys can check it out. It's not fully everything is not operational. This one, there's some issue we found out today, but housekeeping section, you can see today, yesterday, what needs to be fixed today, tomorrow. You can see the changes and how many are dirty. You can add information of each, um, for each unit as well. So that's something that we're still reporting, and housekeeping is not completed yet, or 100%. So we'll be working on finishing that already. And now, of course, let me just look at my notes. What else do I need to go through? Reporting. Yep. Okay, we've done that already. Okay. Um, Yeah, so one more thing with the OTA connections, internally, one of the things that we have done is we have really pushed our time, to get, download and upload reservations. It's less than 30 seconds right now, I believe, that we are able to move reservations between OTAs. In the past, so our even our response time and our success ratio on Expedia, Booking.com, that tracks successes of all the reservations, has dramatically increased. We are somewhere in the 97 percentile right now. I mean, please don't quote me on it, but it's in our docs somewhere that. But it's pretty high that we have recently, in the last 6 months, we've done a complete revamp of all the online travel, all the OTA, sections with Expedia, Booking.com, of course, Google and Airbnb. So those things are pretty, up to date in terms of speed wise. So one of the things I would say from our, of course, we're always looking at the competition and see what they're doing, how we are competing with them. We are way ahead, in terms of this latest technology. We had a company that used to be a PMS vendor, just recently, we're talking to us. They're basically dumping their PMS to partner with them. They're checking out us and another provider, I believe. And from talking to them, we are way ahead of our competition in terms of our product itself. The technology, the definitely, we strive really hard to make sure our support is up to par, and always we've been one of the strong elements of our company has always been to really have a product that will be supported, and supported in a timely way. And so we definitely have a very good addition and a leg ahead of what's happening in the industry, especially with a lot of the security with this latest technology. It's one of the newer technology. Of course, we use these third-party providers for credit card transactions as well, so that we don't touch the cards. It's all on a what's called a PCI vendor. And so those things will definitely, has put us ahead. But we need help on we've kind of pushed ourselves in this side, so we really need our customers to come alongside us to really take us over the finish line with this release, so we can get this out to our customers first, and of course to market it to other new customers as well. I think that's pretty much all I have on my notes to cover today. We will be doing one more on June 15th. We can open up for any questions, or if you have any questions, you can just chat. You can put that on the chat. And one last thing, this is we had recently sent out an email asking customers to refer your friends. So please take a minute. If you can just, we're asking just to refer one client for this year of 2020 to one other friend or some other property that you know, to tell them about our product and get the word out. I mean, it's in terms of the last couple of years, it's been very competitive, and of course, a lot of venture funding has come in, and so everybody's like, the we used to compete on certain keywords. It's all skyrocketed. It's like, $5 keywords is like $20 right now. So anyway, you guys, you guys see the benefit of the product, so you can just refer us to other people as well. Please open up. I'm just going to open up. So anybody have any questions, please feel free to unmute yourself and just ask any question. And if I don't have the answer today, I'll definitely get back to you. or if you can want to write a chat on that, you can just type it there as well. Any questions? Okay, so I'm going to assume there's no questions. Um, I think some of the chat comments, yes, definitely. We want to add as many people. Housekeeping included in. No, housekeeping is going to be the same, just like any other. Marcy's question is housekeeping included. It's going to be just like just like the in the classic version, right? We had housekeeping. So I think the basic version does not have housekeeping. I'm not sure. Like, yeah, I don't think it does. But advanced and premium, all of them would have housekeeping. So that's one thing. But let me just show one other, feature we just added recently, which I don't think a lot of people are taking advantage of. If you go under setup, under accounts, there's this option called this auto payment option. I think this was fairly recent, few months since we added this one. What this auto payment option allows you to do is to basically charge the guest automatically. So if somebody's coming online taking a reservation, what you can do is you can say, okay, they pay first one night stay, which is kind of a common thing, right? They pay the one night stay, then you can charge them the rest of the payment on the day of checkout, or on the day of check-in, or like 1 week before they check in. Like some properties, we have one property, they need to have the full payment in 60 days before they come in. So this is really you can just let me see if I can get it up. Okay, so you can, sorry, this is so if you look at this one, so you can say before arrival date, you can, for this client, you can just say 60 days before they check in, number of nights, they they can take the full amount due. Okay, whatever amount due is left, they can charge the whole amount right there. Or here, like on the day of checkout, you can also do the day before checkout. Like let's say they're checking out tomorrow, you can charge them the day before. And that's, you can just say one night stay. I mean, this would make sense to do full amount. So you can do that. This is a really great feature. It just automates the billing piece of it. And of course, with now everybody going, keyless, everybody going like, trying to be, um, you know, touchless kind of thing, right? So you can do these payments options that can be automated, and that would help us. That would give you pretty good, so everything goes through, automatically if you're using, like authorized.net or any Stripe or any of those payment gateways. Okay, one more thing I just want to show. I was going to show you the booking engine. We have a booking engine update as well. Give me 1 second if I can pull it up. It's still on our beta server, but I'm going to see if I can get that. Let me see. So the version 3 booking engine, we've updated it. We've added some, it's nothing different, but definitely it's got a nicer image. Sometimes the images don't get, it's not, it doesn't fit well. It's more, it has like let me just pull it up here. Hold on. If you look here, so it's just got a different, it just looks much more crispy, much more nicer. It basically resizes itself, so you can, when you're uploading it, it'll resize. So those features have been added in the booking engine as well. So if you go, this is a promo code. Let me see if I can search on it. All right, so you can see definitely the booking engine, it makes a big difference the way it's set up and looks like that. You can also see other images like there. You can see all the images, if you have multiple images on a booking engine. So this is going to be also pretty easy to, and it'll also make it definitely much more nicer than the current version that we have. Okay. It's nothing new, but definitely it's making it a little bit more easy to use already. And then pretty much the same. All this is pretty much the same as well. All right. And one last thing before I um, one of the last things um, is that we've been doing a lot of websites as well. We started when we've done websites for like probably 15 years, but we stopped doing them probably maybe 10 years back, unless they really want us to do it. And so but last few years, with after 2020, we've seen a tremendous growth in personal websites becoming very important, your own website becoming very important, because because it kind of it's become like you saw that how the OTAs reservations were dropping down. There's a definite decline in the OTAs reservations in the past year. I don't know exact number, but I was on another industry conference or industry Zoom where they were talking about how it's declining, but definitely Google coming in and giving priority for individual websites is also increased the website, the importance of individuals having websites. So that's another thing that we've started doing. The last 2 years, we've done lots of websites. We have a web design team, so we're kind of upgrading people's websites, making it easy to use so that, they can be listed on Google, especially with this new, with the new booking option that Google provides. So definitely, I would ask you to take advantage of the Google Airbnb options, which are much lower than Expedia, Booking.com. Um, so yeah, definitely, these are the new things that we have worked on. So we look forward to working with you. Look forward to getting more feedback from our customers, and just working with you guys. Please feel free to let us know anything. If we have it, we don't have it. The worst thing for us is to find out that you want this and you're not asking us and you're looking somewhere else. That's sometimes people say, oh, we didn't know you had booking.com. We've had booking.com for years. So that's why we feel like we need to do more educational stuff, webinar stuff, so that you all can be updated. And thank you guys for your time. I respect your time. It's 12:52, and I'm going to just wrap up unless there's any other questions. Oh, I see a question about online help. Christine, good. That's a good question. We are working on online help. We're actually looking at doing more videos, so that short videos, to be able to wrap them up. I know there's a couple people that are working on online documents that have been not published yet, but still they're finishing up. I don't know if Sarah's on the call. She might be able to answer that question. Sarah, are you on the call? I don't see her. But Christian, yes, yeah, we are working on it. I know um, we have couple people that are working on getting the online help up and running and making sure that we can get as many videos as possible, so it'll be easy to quickly watch a video and see what to do. All right. Thank you, guys. Thank you, everybody, for this time. I will make this video available, on the email, so y'all can also look at it and see it, and please feel free to give us your comments. So, Christine's question, are it's really going to depend. Personally, from our standpoint, we want to be able to do it by the end of August, to completely move over. So if July we start getting more clients, completed on our end, so that people don't have to go back to the classic version. August seems like end of August seems like a good time frame that we will be able to um, start kind of closing down the old version. And the thing is, bottom line is also it's more security issues, things like that, with the older ones. So it's really good. End of summer, okay, sounds good. Christine, I'm gonna put that on our list so that we can decide and we can figure out end of summer. That sounds like a good suggestion. I know this actually came up. We also, so you're not the first one to say this, so it is. I hear what you're saying. So someone else also brought it up to leave it on till the end of summer. So definitely we'll consider that and we'll go through with our list. And it also really it'll push us to finish faster. That's not from a management perspective. I'd like to get our development team moving quickly. So that's always the challenge, so to be able to give the time. Thank you guys. Thanks again for your time. We're really thank you for your time, for being on this call. Please remember any questions, please feel free to ask us. And also please take a few minutes if you can refer a client, please do your best. We'd love to serve you and of course any of your friends. Thank you guys. Have a great day. I want to use this new functionality but train the staff. Yes, I agree. I agree, Christine. Anyone else? Any other questions, guys? But I'll take all the information that you have given us on this chat, and then we'll go get that ready for you guys. Have a good day, everybody. Thanks for your time. We'll look forward to hearing from you guys. Bye.